All right, we're live, man. Let's see if it's a new link. Salam
Probably
alaik.
anyone.
Good afternoon to you. Good morning to our wonderful human beings, drivers. I sent you the new link. If you want to send it out, we'll give people a minute to pile in. You know what? We're just going to talk about life, man. Let's see what the
Let's
quote
talk
is.
about life.
Let's see what the quote is. Oh, we got a Michelle Obama quote. I don't know how I feel
For
about
real?
that.
I don't know, man.
Always
Jeez.
stay true to yourself and never let what somebody else says distract you from your goals. You know what, man? I am so done with
I
like
am so done as
celebrity
well.
culture. Like, especially today where the internet has made nobodies into celebrities, people that are like have done nothing. They've achieved nothing. They've worked hard for nothing. That obviously isn't what who Michelle Obama is, but it's just this celebrity culture where we
What's she done, man? She's been a wife of the president. What's she done?
she did the thing, man, with
She
the
married well? She married well?
in the Oval Office. She rolled out that initiative with the fitness and the staying fit and the eating greens and stuff.
Nah, she didn't figure that out. She has like 10 ADs and or is that or AIDS? She has
I don't think
AIDS.
she has AIDS, man. That's
Like
racist.
AIDS as in helpers.
Oh,
Santa's little helpers.
did you send out
The
the
road
link?
that I have.
Okay.
I have.
Let's get it rolling. Yesterday we booked 47 loads. We had 52 available drivers, and 39 of which were booked, meaning 75% fleet utilization rate. Um, Looks like our other numbers are about what they typically are, which is about a third of the loads we pursued, a third we let expire, and a third were declined, whether it was self by drivers, by our dispatchers, or auto declined.
Well, Kamo is watching this recordings that we're making. You see the bidding Burek thing?
Yeah, bidding Burek, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. And yesterday was a copy of Monday, pretty much. If we didn't make a video, we could have just said watch the Monday video. Numbers were pretty much the same.
No code red, good to see.
Yes, sir. Second day in a row.
Awesome, that's a huge accomplishment.
It
Last night
is.
we had a problem with a couple loads where the driver got to delivery site, but no one was there. We kindly ask you to be patient as our operations and after hours teams are working on resolving the issue with the customer. These things are out of our control and we are doing our best to resolve them as soon as possible. Please note to keep us updated with new information as soon as you can. You know what, man? This is beautifully worded and beautifully scripted, and I appreciate, whoever wrote it. As a former driver, I can say that, this is put together from a dispatcher's perspective. And to share a driver's perspective, and it's one that many dispatchers, not just in our company, but pretty much across the board in logistics, have never experienced. Which is imagine in some cases picking up a shipment at 5 a.m. in the morning, being kind of rushed to get to delivery as soon as possible. You bust your ass to drive through the day, you bust your ass to drive, through the evening, through the night, and you get there, let's say 2 a.m. And I'm making up a scenario here, but you get there at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and along the way you receive 5 phone calls, asking you if you're ETA, rushing you. You're rushing to get fuel. You're not getting proper food. You're just kind of grabbing something on the go. You're all of that. And then you get there tired as hell, and then the company's closed. And then your dispatcher says, "Well, give us some time. We're working on it." And you're like, "Okay." I don't know if any of our viewers imagine, well, our viewers will know this better than me explaining it, but for dispatchers that watch it, imagine like you're in a waiting room at a doctor's office, man. Like a minute feels like an hour, right? Like 30 minutes feels like a week. So when you're sitting there tired as hell, falling asleep, frustrated, you see the companies clearly closed, but the broker's playing dumb and telling you to keep waiting. It's one of the most frustrating experiences as a driver. When you bust your ass, you get 1,000 calls about your ETA, you pull up to the location, it's very obviously closed. Like all the lights are off, the parking lot's empty. We still have to do our due diligence and call the customer and get that approval from them for you to leave. But that's where we in the office, need to put on our driver cat hat and really put ourselves in the driver's shoes to imagine, what that scenario is like.
Yeah, we do, and we can relate. I mean, in Bosnia, we have you mentioned doctor's appointment. We have very, very good doctors, very professional doctors, but very slow service. So often it happens that you need to wait. Last time when we were when my wife and I were uh, expecting a child, um, I remember waiting once for like 5 hours for her to get to the appointment, and I was just with her waiting for 5 hours. And I can relate definitely. Imagine, of course, this is a different scenario, something private, not professional. But when you're trying to get on with your day and someone is telling you just wait, 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 I know how
Hmm.
frustrated it is.
Yeah. All right. We got our driver spotlight. Thank you, Justin, for having the best on-time performance this month so far. 39 stops, 2 justified, and 0 unjustified late arrivals. So 100% on time so far. Major thanks to Justin, vehicle 533.
Justin is justified. So he in his name, we cannot put him on. There's no we cannot put unjustified
We
because he's
cannot,
Justin.
and we shall not.
We shall not. Look at Muhammad, man. Muhammad is killing it in his shift.
Yeah, yeah, these numbers, they they seem suspiciously
Low when it comes to bids placed, I know.
well. I mean, they're good numbers. They're
They,
good
they
numbers.
are.
I hope the data is right, but yeah, that's phenomenal. 22% bid win ratio and 19 loads is that's probably the
Loads is correct,
highest it's
100%. I
ever
checked
been.
it. Yeah.
Good job to the entire dispatch team. Thank you all for your hard work. All right, man, let's do this. Go over these, and I'll pull up some fun facts for our viewers.
Wow, look at this load, man. Look at this load. My hairs on my arm will stand up right
Are they?
now.
My
When I
camera's
when
not
I
good,
go.
or your camera's not good enough to see that.
Yeah, just look at this, man. They're up. So Savannah, Georgia, coastal Georgia, going to Oakville, Ontario. 100, 100, 1,146 miles for $1,150. Dollar a mile on a load that you'll deliver within 24, 26 hours. This is as good as it gets, and you're delivering to Toronto area. Beautiful, man.
So, Savannah is the home of one of the oldest operating theaters in the U.S., the Savannah Theater, opened in 1818. The Savannah Theater has hosted a variety of performances over its long history, including live plays, musicals, and movies. This is just it kind of speaks on the history of America, man, and how young it is. The
Yeah, 18.
oldest theater dates back to 1818 AD.
Man, we have public toilets 300, 400 years older than that theater.
Ah, that's right. All right, let's see what the next one is. Next
Let's
up,
go.
go ahead.
Oh, Terrebonne, Quebec, going down to Grand Prairie, Texas, which is Dallas pretty much. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is weird. Um, this is 100% incorrect, of course.
What
Let's
is?
just skip it. 679 miles,
Oh,
$750.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably something else, but very good load.
So, fun fact about Grand Prairie, Texas, man, is it hosts the famous Texas Air Hogs, an independent professional
What?
baseball team. Independent professional baseball team. The Air Hogs play at the Air Hogs Stadium, which is unique because it was once shared with the Chinese national baseball team as part of an international partnership to develop baseball talent in China. So let's see what this Texas Air Hogs is all about.
Is that like flying hogs,
No, man,
like
it's
or
it's
some?
it's the Texas Air Hogs. This is their stadium. You see it?
No, but I'll see it on the link probably. Uh,
Hold on, man. I'll take care of you, man. I'll share the other thing. Don't worry. You see it now?
yeah, I see it now. See it
There you
now.
go. It's the Texas Air Hogs.
Nice.
All right. Next but not least. Last but not least. Not next but not least. Go ahead.
Heritage Creek, Kentucky. I love these Kentucky name of
I'm
cities
waiting to see
or
how long it takes
towns.
you to catch on. Go ahead.
Going to Richmond Hill, Ontario, 240. 200. Oh my God. Oh my God. So this is it. Then this is it. 650 miles for $750. That'd be $1.10 a mile. And the other one before was 240, 400, 2,430 miles for $1,930.
Yeah. So, fun fact about Richmond Hill, Ontario. It is home to David Dunlap Observatory, which houses the largest optical telescope in Canada. It was built in
Wow.
1935.
Do you know
And what do
what
you
Dunlop is?
tell me?
A brand of tires, one of the better ones.
Really?
Dunlop, Dunlop, yeah, the
Must
Dunlop
be
is
those
up.
cheap European tires, man. We believe in Michelin. We believe in other tires here.
Well, do
But the
you guys
ones,
have Pirelli? Pirelli
I think so.
Continental?
Yeah, I mean, but I think tires
That's
that
European
yeah,
as well.
tires that get rejected from the North American market get shipped over and used in Europe on your pansy European roads.
Alrighty, alrighty. No problem, no problem. God bless America.
We kindly ask all our drivers not to leave the site without getting a confirmation from the operations team. We understand that sometimes confirming if you are good to go can last a while, but we need to stay on site to avoid having to return to the site or face rate reductions. What's the deal with this? Tell me about this. Is it every single
No,
load?
no, I just think it's just a tip. Maybe it happened on one load and it prompted Kemal to write this, but I'm not aware of specific operational problem that we had that had this specific thing. At
Yeah,
least
so
yesterday.
I guess when asked to stay on site to confirm if everything is good to go, please do so. Don't leave because we might be in a position where we ask you to go back, which that isn't fun. Yesterday with 90 stops, 97% on time performance, phenomenal job. It's exactly where we want to be. As the great, well established, well um, accomplished Michelle Obama said, always stay true to yourself and never let what somebody else says distract you from your goals. I mean, obviously, yeah, that's one of those cliche-ish sayings because it's very obvious, but I think it is applicable too. I mean, I think there are scenarios and examples where somebody sets out on these lofty goals, and then because of the feedback of family or friends or criticism or doubt, they give up on those goals and they settle for something else. So yeah, I mean, if you're prepared to put the work in to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish, don't let um, feedback of those who don't matter get in the way.
You know what?
Tell me.
Just go back for a little bit. America is so great at making your success greater and far greater
West
and
side,
greater again and again greater.
south
Like
side.
I'll see a lot of these um whatever people that accomplish something.
USA,
And here's
USA.
what happens. Once they accomplish something, and of course, props to them, congratulations, and everything else, from that moment on, they have two, three books lined up they're going to do. Someone else going to write it. They're just going to say it. They have like 10 years booked of motivational speaking. They are called to a UN conferences. They are
Nobel
gonna
Peace
receive a
Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize, even though they bombed the Middle East, like from west to east, from east to
Freedom.
west.
Freedom, baby.
Freedom, man. That's America, man. No other country in the world can make your success even higher
Listen,
if
we
you're part of
we
the
have
team.
to deliver freedom around the world somehow. Whether you want it or not, we're gonna bring it. Um, I mean, what can I say, man? The greatest country in the world.
100%. I agree, actually. I agree. Greatest country in the world. Especially, listen, I watched a couple of nights ago. I watched a movie with Morgan Freeman from '90s.
Which
I
one?
loved uh, Kiss something. I don't know. It was a horror thriller, murder, something like that. But it's from the '90s, like '95 or something like that. Man, I love everything USA represented from like end of the Second World War up until 2000s. It's like the probably the greatest country, democratic country, especially that ever existed in the history of the world. Like those 50 years, like amazing. And that movie, just when you see the culture back then, even because it has to be in the movie as well. It's about a normal people. It's not about something abstract. It's not a science fiction. You love everything about it, man. You just love everything about it.
Let me make a blasphemous statement, man.
Go ahead.
Democracies are doomed, like democracies that are true democracy, where it's people making the rules with no other higher authority, are doomed to fail because, and I could be wrong. You're an intelligent man and a historian, so you can correct me. But like, if a democracy starts off with a baseline of more morals, what's right and what's wrong, that is typically influenced by the divine, by where morals come from. You're right. And then as it moves closer and closer to a true democracy, which by its definition means like, for the people, by the people, whatever, it's people come together and they decide what they want the law to be. And as they move further away from the divine law and they give in and they follow their own whims and desires more and more and more and more, it it
I agree.
begins to spiral more and more and more and more. You get further away from any morals and values and ethics. You get deeper into this everything is fair game, and that's where a lot of people feel certain of the worldwide, democratic powers are headed, is this spiral
Right.
of
What they are trying to do right now with America is to build some kind of a mix between Soviet Russia and Sodom and Gomorrah. You understand what I mean? Like to create some kind of a, oh, I deserve this, even though I did nothing for it. And plus, I can do whatever I want. So Soviet Russia, as in your thing, your stuff is mine because I exist. No, your stuff, my stuff is mine, your stuff is yours. And this Sodom and Gomorrah is just immoral. Sodom, I don't know if I pronounce it well in English language, but just immoral side of the democracy. Now, when USA has been established, and you said I'm historian, I don't have problem with that. 1776 Constitution was written, and in the base of the Constitution, they said every man is equal in front of the God and in front of the law. That was their idea, and they had slaves on plantations that were not free and not equal in front of the law. But 80 years later, people were moral and they said, "Oh, this is not fine. This is not good. We're saying that everyone is equal, and we have slaves down in whatever Georgia." So they liberated slaves, but then they became free, but they didn't become um, equal in front of the law, and they needed another 100 years to do that. So everything is a process. Now, the process that is happening right now is the opposite of what was happening back then. Back then, you needed years to better stuff, to make it more equal, to make it more just, to make it more righteous, to fight for honorable causes. Now is the other way around. Now is going to destroy itself. It's like the same as the Roman Empire, for that needed years and years and years and processes to build up. You've been in Rome, you saw how enormous those buildings are, and they built it 2,500 years ago. Now, and then they needed 300 years to completely disappear. Sadly, Americans need to take matters into their own hands and make it great again, I guess.
Make America great again. Only 6% of truck drivers are women. Trucking is a male dominated industry with only 6% of all commercial truckers being women. The first woman to earn her CDL and operate a truck was Lily McGee Drennan in 1929. Times are changing, however, with large companies like Walmart researching and investing into making women truckers feel safer behind the wheel. Only 5.13 of our active drivers are women. If we hire one more female driver, we'll be at 6.41. So we'll be over the nationwide average if we hire one more. So make trucking feminine again.
Yep, let's do that. And all of our active drivers that are women are actually on the higher end when it comes to perfection, professionalism,
You
and
know what, man? There's
abilities and
another
everything.
way we can achieve 6.41 or higher female ratio. That's by firing some of our male drivers. So we can do that as well.
We can.
All right, guys, we'll stop there. Today was a bunch of randomness in some ways, but that's part of the journey. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow, God willing.